What is up, winning team? Today I'm going to be sharing a story with you guys I think is actually crazy as an adult now. And it's of the time that me and a couple of my friends had to go to court. We were like 13, I think, at the time, because of a perverted ice cream man. Now, this yet again is going to be another example, another episode of how the system fails kids and why children need to be protected. Because basically, here is what happened, okay? So at school, I don't know if they still do this at secondary schools, right? I should actually check. But at my secondary school, after school, yes, after school, the ice cream van used to be allowed to come and park on the school site. Now that I'm thinking about this, right? It's insane for me to think this because I'm just starting a new job, obviously working with kids. I technically should have started a couple of weeks ago, but we've been spending all these weeks getting my updated, background check to make sure that I don't have a criminal record. Me having to redo the safeguarding again and do a little checkup and having to do an exam to check that I know all the rules of safeguarding and having to read the 750 something document from the government about looking after kids and all this stuff, right? Which good. That's amazing. That's what we should be doing because I'm sure that's what you would all want to know is what's happening for your own kids, for anybody that's going to be entrusted and in their presence. So now I'm thinking about it. Literally now, I'm thinking, how on earth was this ice cream van man allowed onto the premises in the first place? Just like that. Because all the teachers to be there would have to have all these things. The gates had to be shut at certain times or manned. But we would just let this random ice cream man just be on the actual playground after school. Anyway, so I remember the couple of times me and my friends would go to the ice cream van after school. Now, there's already a lot of things known about ice cream vans that's a bit sketchy as kids because we know that a lot of them they will sell to kids things like cigarettes and stuff like that, and that's not even the worst of what I'm about to tell you guys. Now I don't remember the whole story in lots of detail because at the time I was a kid and I didn't think it was that big of a deal. The more that I'm thinking about it as an adult, the more that I'm realizing what the hell actually happened. So he basically would just be saying a lot of this really inappropriate stuff to us at the ice cream van. So he would be telling us stuff like how he's had sex on the desk bit, not the desk bit, the counter before. He would do all these weird gesturing, talking about how gesturing, put holding water bottles in his groin area and just having all these now that I'm old, obviously, and as an adult now thinking about it, I'm now realizing how crazy the situation was. And so this is what he would do. And we would all laugh and joke because we thought it was funny. And now that I'm looking back as well, he had a very I'm just thinking, why were you a grown man, even talking about this with a bunch of kids? It's just weird, right? I mean, I can at least, you know what? The ice cream men that I don't even am upset about. That's why I said the ones that sell cigarettes, obviously you shouldn't be selling cigarettes and stuff. But hey, do you know what I mean? I can understand sending some cigarettes to some 16-year-olds more than I can gesturing with a bottle of water at your groin area and saying stuff I can't remember what he said. He said something do you want to drink this? Or I don't know. It was really weird. So how this all came to be. So we ended up going to court for this, right? And the reason why we even ended up in court is only because we had been talking about this, I think in PE or somewhere in school, not to the teachers, amongst ourselves, probably thinking it was funny, right? And then somebody overheard it and was like, sorry, what was that you said? And then had to obviously, because again, that's what I would have to do as a teacher. This is what I've just been doing all this freaking safeguarding stuff for and all these stuff for my new job. I would have to, you have to report anything like this directly to, because that was even one of the questions I was being asked in my follow-up interview. One of the questions that come up for my safeguarding, who do you report this type of thing to? If you hear this, who do you tell? What is the line of thingy? Because you have to have your designated safeguarding officer that you tell as soon as you hear something, and you file an official report, and the parents must be contacted. So there's a very specific thing. And like I said, great, amazing. I'm sure you're all glad to hear that that's what's happening, except from the fact of this ice cream man, right? So anyway, this ice cream van, and by the way, I keep thinking back to how many times we had the ice cream van in my Good Girl Gone Wild video. We end up having to go to court. Literally, my mum had to take time off work to go with me, and we didn't even initially go into the actual room. We were just there on video, but we were there in the court space. And I want to just say this, since now that I was in it as a kid and I'm now in it as an adult, we definitely didn't understand what was going on. At all. We had no understanding. I don't think anybody properly explained that this was unacceptable. And I don't think anybody even questioned us enough to figure out exactly what went wrong. Because what actually happened was And this is what I'm saying. He basically got off without anything happening. And then since then, till this day, I've seen this guy having this same ice cream van in this same here town. And just continuing on as usual. Because do you know what the reasoning was? The girls don't seem that traumatized. Because we didn't seem that traumatized, so this is fine. And that is why the guy got off. So he didn't get in trouble. He didn't get any time. He didn't get any whatever. I don't even think he got a slap on the wrist for what he did. It was just, the girls weren't traumatized. Looking back now, obviously, I can see like his defense was going in hard. And now this is again where the system is a bit crazy, because his lawyers obviously doing their best to try and get him acquitted and whatever. Fair enough. But like, to have a grown man who can have his own like defense and fight for himself versus us, a bunch of three girls who are just like, why have we been brought to court? Like, we don't know why we're in court. We don't really know what's going on. We don't even know what was wrong because we just thought it was funny. And we didn't even tell anybody because we didn't think it was anything. And like, this is what I'm trying to say. Like, in society as adults, like, it's our job, like how it's my job to bring this stuff up. And the only reason this was even done is because the teachers did the jobs that they're supposed to do. Otherwise, these kinds of people, they're just running around, just roaming the streets and getting on with it. And then at the end of the day, did this guy even ever end up getting prosecuted, as if that's the right word? Nope. Because not long after, I think they probably told him something like he should lay off for maybe some months. And then I saw him again. Not only did I see him not just at my school, but in the middle of town. In the middle of freaking town. And it was so awkward for us as well, because we knew that we were the reason he went to court. We weren't even the ones who asked for him to go to court. So then the way, like, when we would see him, as on our own, but then also together, it was just really awkward because he would look at us kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just weird. Like, I don't know. I just wanted to share that because I was thinking about this. I just did the whole video about predatory behavior being more common than I thought. And then I started to just think about this ice cream van story, and I just thought, this is nuts. I actually went to court for this, and the guy just went away with it and the reason being because the girls didn't seem that traumatized. Like, do you think that a young girl who has been approached by an older person, especially if they're like, you can handle this because you're mature and you're mature, do you think you're going to be traumatized? I'm actually traumatized now. I feel like the trauma is delayed now, because now I'm realizing, like, what were you all doing, all the adults at the time? Like, now I feel failed and now I feel traumatized. So it's almost like the trauma has been delayed, if that makes sense. So, I don't know. Just thought I would share that with you guys anyways. If life's a game, let's play to win. Let me know your thoughts, because this is a real life, real stuff. I'm telling you guys real situations I've been in. I'm not making stuff up. I'm not talking in analogies. I'm not, I don't need to say no allegedly, because these are things I've actually been through. So anyway, if life's a game, let's play to win. God bless you all, and I'll see you in my next one. Goodbye.